Greetings, denizens of the digital world. It is I, the Serial Killer, coming to you on day 62 of the year of vlogging dangerously. And today I'm actually not late. Yeah. So, a lot going on in the world today that there's so much that my brain just doesn't want to focus in on one thing. The elections in Iran, Israel's Prime Minister comes to Canada to talk with Harper before he goes down to the States, and Canada talking peace, and Israel is talking, well, yes, peace is good, but if it comes down to it, we're going to go, we're going to do what we need to do. Too much serious shit. I'm going to talk about instead memory, brain power, things to do to enhance your mind. Now, I read a list today of 31 different things. It was an article in the waiting room while I was waiting for an appointment. An article on 31 different things you can do to improve your memory or to make your brain better and improve your IQ. Amongst them were eating more turmeric, I believe was the name of the spice. It's the spice that's common in Indian and Thai food, which is good because I eat Thai food, so I'm doing one thing right. Playing an instrument. Well, I have a guitar, I just don't ever play it. Partially because it was a guitar I won in a contest that has a bunch of autographs from bands on it, and you don't want to fuck around with shit like that. Part of it because I suck playing the guitar, but apparently just the act of attempting to learn is good. Learning another language, I will be doing in the near future because I've got to learn French. I'd rather learn something like Gaelic, but or even Tongan. I have a book on that, but French is required right now for me. Let's see, playing violent video games. Check, check, double check. I play a lot of those. That's apparently very good for your brain. And then there are, a lot of other things in there. Taking naps. Yes, I do that too. Playing Words with Friends, the game, the app, anything word games, word association stuff. Speaking of naps, right? Yeah. And the one that intrigues me the most is the one that's going to be the hardest to do, and it's building a memory palace. My memory is shit. I will admit this. I don't remember if I've covered a topic 3 days before, so you'll see a lot of redundancy in these videos more than likely if you watch a lot of them back to back to back to back, which some people I know do. And building a memory palace is a very intriguing one. I was first exposed to it in not Hannibal Rising. One of the Silence of the Lambs books or movies. One of them. And it was, Hannibal Lecter, great, I'm going to go along a path that, Hannibal Lecter has covered, but no, it was first exposure there, and there's more and more exposure to it over time I've had. And what building a memory palace means is that you imagine and you build in your mind a room, something that suits your liking. It could be a palace, it could be a library, it could be anything, a room. You build this room, and in this room you have various storage devices, but you associate things you want to remember to parts of the room. Maybe it's a room you know very well. Maybe it's, maybe it's the church you went to when you were a kid. Maybe it's the school you went to. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I'm yawning again. Maybe it's your workplace even, although I don't know that I want to associate a peaceful mental exercise with my workplace, but it's something of the like. And you associate things you want to remember to parts of that room or images that are associated with that. You link them together so that if you need to recall something later, and you consciously have to think and file this away and create these associations, but later on when you need to recall something, you go back to your memory, your palace, the palace in your mind, your memory palace, and you go to the area with that image and and you recall the memory. It's easier to remember an image for some people, and I'm a very visual person, than it is to remember word associations. I'm not a very good word association person. I know there are people who associate names with traits that rhyme or things like that, like phone number. Phone numbers. My favorite is how the hell does it work that you've got to memorize an abbreviation, so you just create your own phrase for that abbreviation, right? Like, that just doesn't make sense, because then I'm just having to remember some other nonsensical sentence and going, well, what the fuck does that have to do with it now, right? But anyway, there's that, and I've been trying and thinking about doing more of these brain-enhancing things, and eventually maybe I'll be more clear, concise, and brain-oriented, or brainier, or whatever. Maybe my IQ will go. The other thing that was interesting about the article that was attached to this was that IQ actually they believe changes over time. So your IQ, like I may have tested at a 150 something. I was 152, I think it was, when I was younger, when I was in high school. But, or even before that, when your brain is developing, I tested at that. But they used to think that your brain was only plastic, elastic for so long. Plastic, I believe plastic was the term, but it's only elastic for so long is what they used to believe, and that you can only mold that IQ over time, and then you're stuck with it. But now it's been discovered that people's IQ changes well into their 70s and 80s. So I've got a few years to build my IQ back up before it starts sliding back down. So I'm gonna start doing that. Build a palace in my mind, a palace in my brain. We'll see what I build. Something, but you try it too. And as usual, I've been the Serial Killer. Questions, comments, concerns, death threats, you know where to put them in the comment section below. I'm going to go pass the F out because I got another watch tomorrow. Have a good one. And I'll click that off actually now, so I'll stop recording.